What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. Now, today is June 11th, and this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comments section below. But we're going to start off here in Washington, D.C., and then we will finish up in New York City. Our first vendor is going to be the Base of Ops vendor. Here we go. Now, starting off at the top, we have the Emmeline's Guard. This is the named P90 with perfect preservation, and this one comes with health damage. Following that, we have a Banshee with magazine size and vindictive, an ACR with swap speed and eyeless, and finally a PX4 Storm Type T with future perfect and magazine size. Looking at the gear items, we have a 511 backpack with versatile health and repair skills, and a Uzina Getica chest piece with kinetic momentum, crit chance, and explosive resistance. Looking at the mods, we have crit hit damage 9.9, drone damage 4.3, turret duration 6.0, and sticky bomb blast radius of 4.9. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the Base of Ops, I really would not recommend any of these items. So let's run over here to the Countdown vendor. Now, just a reminder, the Countdown and the Clan vendors are in both Washington, D.C. and New York City, so I'm going to show you them now. That way I don't have to show them later. So here is the Countdown vendor. And starting at the top, we have the Lefty, and this is going to be a must-buy. Oh, we also have the Rail Splitter. Nice. But let's start off with the Lefty. This is a great shotgun for support builds, for both the incursion, for legendary content, for the raids, what have you. Pick this one up right now. It has max shotgun damage. What I would do is just recalibrate the swap speed for damage to targets at a cover, and then put this on whatever build you need to for that perfect sledgehammer. I typically use this with like a fire grenade or something from the survivalist specialization. Works out just fine. I love it for not only crowd control, but to also give everyone that extra damage. The next one, we have the Forged. This is the named Richter and Kaiser holster, and this one's God rolled with max repair skills and shield health. And finally, we have the Rail Splitter. This is a PvP exclusive named CTAR. Now, this one comes with perfectly accurate, and this week it has rate of fire. What I would do is just recalibrate the rate of fire off for, say, damage to targets at a cover or damage to armor. And that is it for the Countdown vendor. I highly recommend checking out the Lefty and the Rail Splitter. But now it's time to jump over here to the Clan vendor. And while I'm at it, shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. We are on all platforms. And to join the DoD, all you need to do is jump over to my Discord, and you'll see a few tabs in that Discord server to join in. But all right, here is your Clan vendor. Starting off at the top, we have the Mop. This is the named 612 shotgun with that armor on kill, and this one comes with reformation. What I would do is just recalibrate the reformation off for, say, preservation. That way you can get more armor on kill to go with that armor on kill attribute. Looking at the gear set items, we have Striker's holster with crit chance, Tip of the Spear holster with weapon handling, and Aegis backpack with armor regen. Looking at the high-end items, we have a FAL with swap speed and overflowing, a Relic. This is the named marksman rifle with perfect determined, and this week it comes with accuracy. Following that, we have Fenris knee pads with max headshot and explosive resistance. You could easily just recalibrate the explosive resistance off for, say, crit chance, and then just optimize that weapon damage. Moving on, we have a Alps backpack with armor regen, weapon handling, and safeguard, a 93R with crit damage and lucky shot, Badger Tough holster with decent crit hit damage and skill damage, but very low armor. And finally, we have a Providence Defense mask with headshot and health. Now, headshot on Providence is fairly strong. Remember, just having one piece of Providence on, you get that headshot bonus as well. So what I would do is just recalibrate the health off for crit chance and go crit chance headshot. And looking at the mods, we have Ensnare Resistance 8.9, Skill Haste 10.5, Crit Chance 5.0, and Turret Burn Damage of 4.5. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the Clan vendor. The mop is good. Just re-roll the Reformation off for preservation. The Striker's Holster is a good one, especially for the Incursion. Going down to the high-end items, the Relic is a good named item. All you need to do is recalibrate the accuracy for damaged targets at a cover. The Fenris knee pads is really good with headshot and crit chance. And finally, the Providence is also a good item. Just recalibrate the health for crit chance. All right. Now that is it for the base of ops. Now let's go to the west, and then we will double back east. Our first stop is going to be the campus settlement. Now, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. Oh, nice. Our little Year 6 Season 1 pop-up here. First Rogue, World Tier Removal, and Apparel Event coming up. Nice. We'll look at that later. All right. So now that we're at the campus, let's run over here and see what's popping. All right. Over here to Cassie Mendoza's Doppelganger. And starting off at the top, we have the Night Watcher. This is the named Heliguard mask with Scanner, Pulse Haste, and Skill Damage. Following that, we have the Relic, another named Marksman Rifle with Perfect Determine. This one with Headshot Damage. Moving on, we have a M249 Bravo with Rate of Fire and Sledgehammer. Gear items, we have a Richter and Kaiser mask with skill damage and explosive resistance. And finally, Alp Summit holster with health and armor regen. Looking at the mods, we have Repair Skills 16.4, Chem Launcher +1 ammo, Hive Duration 4.3, Pulse Effect Duration 8.7, and Trap Duration of 4.3. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the campus. I really wouldn't recommend any of these. Now, if you are new or returning, you need to pick up that Chem Launcher +1 ammo. That is amazing, even if you have a Tier 0 Chem Launcher. Okay. Now, that is it. I mean, really, nothing too crazy from the first few vendors. I mean, the Rail Splitter was a nice surprise, but let's be real. I mean, the Lefty seems to be the best thing so far. So now we are going to hit up the Dark Zone vendors, starting with DZ West. West! Now, before we do the Dark Zone vendors, you need to double check your DZ resources because that's the only currency that they accept. So go to your inventory, toggle over to your resources, and just above your keys, you will have your Dark Zone resources. So you can see I'm at 155 out of 999. That means if I find anything I want to buy and I don't have enough Dark Zone resources, I have to go back into the Dark Zone and either pick up those little blue boxes that are everywhere in the Dark Zone, or I have to pick up contaminated items, deconstruct them, and then extract the DZ resources. But all right, with that out of the way, let's hit up DZ West. And, yo, pick these up right now. Pick these up right now. Emperor's Guard knee pads with crit hit damage. Yes, yes, a million times yes. Pick this one up. Recalibrate the skill tier off for an armor core. Pick this one up right now. Holy crap. Crit hit damage on Emperor's Guard knee pads are godly. Pick these up. You will love it. Nice. That is a really good surprise. PvP exclusive armor regen knee pads. Just recalibrate the skill tier to an armor core. Moving on, we have the brand new named shotgun, the Like Glue. And it has damage to targets at a cover on it. This is a great weapon. And, oh, man. With the attributes that you want. And it has that brand new talent, Perfect Brazen. Perfect. That's nice. Pick this one up. DZ West for the Emperor's Guard and the Like Glue. Moving on, we have a Urban MDR with Swap Speed and Vindictive, a Cavalier pair of gloves with Explosive Resistance, Foundry Bulwark knee pads with Armor Regen, Overlord gloves with Crit Chance and Skill Haste, and finally Empress knee pads with Repair Skills and Armor Regen. Looking at the mods, we have Shock Resistance 8.2, Seeker Mine Health 6.4, Shield Health 4.3, Firefly Blind Effect Duration 6.0, and Decoy Duration of 5.5. Now, must-buys from DZ West, definitely pick up the Emperor's Guard knee pads and the like glue. Nice. That was a very good surprise. So now it's time for us to take our talents down south to the DZ South. Here we go. Let's get it. Nice, man. Emperor's Guard knee pads. Not bad at all. I'm digging it. I am digging it. All right. Let's see here. DZ South. And here we go. DZ South, we have the Anarchist Cookbook. This is the named Going Gear backpack with Perfectly Wicked. And this week it comes with skill damage and status effects. Moving on, we have a Tactical UMP with Swap Speed and Ranger, an ACR with Crit Damage and Preservation, and a Diceros with Rate of Fire and In Sync. Looking at the gear items, we have a Aegis backpack with skill damage, Striker chest piece with Crit Chance, not bad, Wyvern backpack with status effects, Headshot, and Energize, and finally Hanayu chest piece with Explosive Resistance, Weapon Handling, and Vanguard. Looking at the mods, we have Headshot 7.4, Drone plus 2 extra bombs, Turret Health 7.3, and Sticky Bomb Damage 6.4. Now, must-buys, things to look for from DZ South. Not really, to be honest. I mean, the Striker chest piece isn't bad for, like, incursions and such, but that's about it. Thanks. Okay. Now, before we go to DZ East, we need to make a pit stop to the Castle Settlement. Now, the fastest way is to just fast travel to the Descent entrance, and you're good to go.
Combat simulation program active.
And then that way you can run up here. You can find the dog. Where's the dog? Here we go. There's Ransom. What's up, Ransom? Have Ransom wag her tail, and then we'll jump over there to the Castle Settlement vendor. All right. So, I mean, the Lefty was a good surprise. The Rail Splitter wasn't bad, but the Emperor's Guard and that new named shotgun, that's next level. I can't wait to see what people think about that. All right, here we go. Castle Settlement. Starting with the Carnage. This is the named Negev with Perfect Sadist. And this week it comes with headshot damage. Moving on, we have a Paratrooper SVD with magazine size and ignited. A Stoner LAMG with max damage to armor and steady-handed. For the gear items, we have Uzina Mask with Crit Chance and Armor Regen. That's a really good mask. And that's a really good holster. We have Fenris, Weapon Handling and Crit Chance, but you can easily just recalibrate the Weapon Handling off for crit hit damage and have double crit. For the Uzina Mask, you could easily recalibrate the Armor Regen to crit hit damage and have double crit there as well. Both of these are really good items. Looking at the mods, we have Repair Skills 15.8, Chem Launcher Duration 4.2, Hive Stem Efficiency 8.4, Pulse Effect Duration 8.7, and Trap Duration of 4.2. Now, must-buys, things to look for from the Castle Settlement. Uzina Mask and the Fenris holster. You can make both of those double crit. All right. And that is it for the Castle Settlement. That means we need to go to the DZ East Alpha checkpoint. Now, to go to the DZ East vendor, it's easier to just go to the Alpha checkpoint, hit this double loading screen, and then you can just exit the checkpoint, and you'll be right there next to the vendor. That way you don't have to go all the way to the main entrance and run all the way through that courtyard. All right, here we go. DZ East.
Wanna make a deal?
And again with the Carnage. Okay, another named Negev. This one with optimal range and Perfect Sadist. Following that, we have a Model 700 with magazine size and eyeless, and a Negev with optimal range again, but this one with close and personal. Yo, the brand new gear set mask is at DZ East. This is the Breaking Point mask, and it comes with weapon handling. Okay. Following that, we have a Future Initiative holster with crit chance, Wyvern mask with skill haste and health, and finally a 511 holster with armor regen and explosive resistance. Looking at the mods, we have repair skills 16.2, chem launcher skill haste 5.7, hive +4 repair charges, pulse skill haste 4.9, and trap duration of 6.0. Now, must buys, things to look for from DZ West. Not really, to be honest. Even the new gear set's really not that great.
Thanks for doing.
All right, moving on to our last stop in Washington, D.C. This is going to be the theater settlement. Here we go. The theater. We're going to the theater. Here we go. Here we go. Big money, no whammies.
Glad you're here.
And another like glue. So you can buy the brand new named Super 90 from both the DZ vendor or the theater settlement. But first we have the Calibre. The Calibre is the named shotgun with perfect jazz hands, and this week it comes with reload speed. But then we have like glue. This is the other named Super 90 with perfect brazen, and this one with rate of fire. I would easily just pick this one up and recalibrate that rate of fire to damage to targets at a cover. Following that, we have a LVOAC with stability and eyeless. For the gear items, we have Alps Summit gloves with repair skills and status effects. And finally, Badger Tough knee pads with crit chance and skill damage. Looking at the mods, we have Protection from Elites, 11%. Seeker Mind skill haste, 5.0. Shield damage bonus, 4%. Firefly skill haste, 6.1. And decoy duration of 6.0. Now, must buys, things to look for from the theater. The like glue, brand new named Shoddy. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. And, I mean, you could pick up the Badger Tough knee pads and just recalibrate the skill damage to crit damage and go double crit. Just saying. Just saying. But that is it for Washington, D.C. Now it's time for us to finish up in New York City. We only have two more vendors. We have Marco at the top of the escalator, and then we have Roy Benitez just outside.
Safe
Now,
area
here we go.
entered.
Let's jump over here to Marco and see what's popping. Starting with the Grown Great. This is the named SMG with perfect stabilize, and it comes with health damage. Following that, we have a military RPK with health damage and Optimist. A M1A CQB, my bad, with health damage. Again, all of these, they all have health damage. The M1A CQB also has Ignited. And finally, a 93R with crit chance and lucky shot. Looking at the gear items, we have a 511 backpack with adrenaline rush, armor regen, and weapon handling. Alps Summit gloves with status effects and crit hit damage. And finally, Douglas and Harding holster with crit hit damage and repair skills. Looking at the mods, we have crit hit damage 9.9, burn resistance 8.5, shield deflector damage 4.1, chem launcher damage 4.3, and sticky bomb blast radius of 4.8. Now, must buys, things to look for from Marco. I'm really not gonna recommend any of those items. All right. Now, our last vendor of the video is Roy Benitez. But wait, make sure you pet the dog. All right, interact with this dog twice. The first one, you're just petting the dog. However, that second interaction, well, that second interaction will be random. So let's see what he does here. Is he going to roll over? Is he going to try to shake our hand? Let's see. And here we go. Oh, he rolled over. He rolled over. Nice. All right, Roy Benitez, our last vendor.
Hey.
Starting with the custom P416. This one with swap speed and fast hands. Following that, we have a Model 700 with health damage and behind you. The brand new named shotgun, the Thorn, is available at Roy Benitez in New York City. Remember, this is the brand new named shotgun with perfect brazen, and this one with magazine size. And finally, for the weapons, we have a M45A1 with damage targets at a cover and killer. Looking at the gear items, we have a double crit Petrov chest with tag team. I would easily, I'm going to pick that one up. Just change the tag team to obliterate. That's perfect. Following that, we have a Lingmo pair of knee pads with health and skill damage, and Hanayu mask with status effects and armor regen. Looking at the mods, we have repair skills 16.4, armor on kill 15.6k, seeker mind skill haste 4.7, pulse cone size 6.3, and finally decoy health of 6.0. Now, must buys from Roy Benitez, definitely pick up the brand new named shotgun called the Thorn. And also the double crit Petrov chest. Just roll obliterate for the talent.
Thanks.
All right. And that is it for your weekly vendor reset and must buys for today, June 11th. I am Kamikazevondoom. If you found this video helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing and let me know what you think in the comments section below. And finally, shout out where you're from. It's always cool to see where everyone's from. But that's it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.